Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We continue to read from Srimad Bhagavatam and on Canto 9, chapter 10, no? Chapter 11, sorry. Chapter 11 of Bhagavatam, Canto 9. We have been hearing how Lord Ramacandra, he was ruling the kingdom very nicely, and he went out in disguise to see what people are saying, and he heard somebody saying that, oh, how could I'm not like Lord Rama, that I'm going to take my wife back. This person's wife had gone to another man's house. So then, because Lord Ram was playing the part of a perfect human being, perfect king, he was playing the part of a perfect king. So he arranged for Sita Devi to go to Valmiki Muni's ashram. So also the Puranas say the reason also was because the Lord wanted to experience Vipralamba, love in separation. It's the highest kind of love. With love in separation from the beloved, the love becomes sweeter, more stronger. And then we heard how Love and Kush are born, and Sita Devi, she enters into the earth, and Lord Ram is feeling great separation. So we are gonna, but this feeling of separation is not like the material separation of pain. It is highest feeling of bliss. The Lord is feeling bliss in this separation. So going on. Tata urdhvam brahmacharyam.
ततः उद्यम ब्रह्मचर्य धयम्
Dharayan ajuhot prabhu.
त्रयोदय शब्दशस्त्रम् प्रभु
Trayodashabda sahasram.
त्रयोदश शब्दशस्त्रम्
Agnihotram akhanditam.
अग्निहोत्रम् अखण्डितम्.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. After Mother Sita entered the earth, Lord Ramachandra observed complete celibacy and performed an uninterrupted Agnihotra Yagya for 13,000 years. So Lord Ramachandra was feeling deep separation from Mother Sita. He did not remarry. He Now he's performing a Agnihotra Yagya, 13,000 years. Uninterrupted means it's going on continuously. For 13,000 years he's doing this Yagya. Smaratam Hridi Viniyasya.
स्मरताम हृदयविन्यस्य विदम्
Vidam Dandaka Kantakai.
विदं दण्डकं कण्टके
Swapada Pallavam Rama.
स्वपादपल्लवं राम
Atma Jyotir Agatataha.
आत्मज्योतिः अगाततत्तः.
After completing the sacrifice, Lord Ramachandra, whose lotus feet were sometimes pierced by thorns when he lived in Dandakarnya, placed those lotus feet in the hearts of those who always think of him. Then he entered his own abode, the Vaikuntha planet, beyond the Brahmajyoti. The lotus feet of the Lord are always a subject matter for meditation for devotees. Sometimes when Lord Ramachandra wandered in the forest of Dandakarnya, thorns pricked his lotus feet. The devotees, upon thinking of this, would faint. The Lord does not feel pain or pleasure from any action or reaction of this material world. But the devotees cannot tolerate even the pricking of the Lord's lotus feet by a thorn. This was the attitude of the gopis when they thought of Krishna wandering in the forest with pebbles and grains of sand pricking his lotus feet. So the Lord does not feel pain. His body is transcendental. But the devotees, the Lord does not feel the pain of the pricking of the thorns or grains of sand. His nothing material can affect his spiritual body. But the devotees, out of their love for the Lord, they would faint thinking that, oh, my dear Lord's soft feet, soft as lotus, softer even more than lotus. He has to walk on the hard floor. It would be so painful for him. Thorns are pricking him. Or as the gopis would also cry for Krishna, they would be so worried that grains of sand will be pricking his lotus feet. This tribulation in the heart of a devotee cannot be understood by karmis, jnanis, or yogis. The devotees who could not tolerate even thinking of the Lord's lotus feet being pricked by a thorn were again put into tribulation by thinking of the Lord's disappearance. For the Lord had to return to his abode after finishing his pastimes in this material world. So, after it was time for Lord Ramacandra to go back to Vaikuntha, his pastimes on the earth were finished. So his devotees were again feeling the pain of separation. There's a loving relationship between the Lord and his devotees. And the devotees, because they miss the Lord, they want to be with the Lord. So so they're always living in that lamentation, feeling of separation, loving and separation. And it's highest bliss actually. The word Atma Jyoti is significant. The Brahma Jyoti, which is greatly appreciated by Jnanis or monist philosophers who desire to enter it for liberation, is nothing but the rays of the Lord's body. So here Prabhupada is explaining what is the Brahma Jyoti. Some may think that the Brahma Jyoti is the destination, that one must go to the Brahma Jyoti. But for liberation, for mukti. But what is this Brahmajyoti? It is the rays, it's the light which is coming from the body of Krishna. Just as the sunshine is coming from the sun planet, the Brahmajyoti is coming from the body of Krishna. We see in our houses, the light is coming from our bulb. Sunshine is coming from sun planet. So Brahma Jyoti is coming from body of Krishna. Yasya prabha prabhavato jagatanda koti kotishva shesha vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam tad brahma nishkalam anantam ashesha bhutam govindam adi purusham tam aham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the Brahmable Lord, who is endowed with great power. The glowing effulgence of his transcendental form is the impersonal Brahman, which is absolute, complete, and unlimited, and which displays the varieties of countless planets with their different opulences in millions and millions of universes. Brahma Samhita 5.40. The Brahmajyoti is the beginning of the spiritual world, and beyond the Brahmajyoti are the Vaikuntha planets. So, this is Lord Brahma, Brahma Samhita. Lord Brahma is saying that the Brahman, the Brahmajyoti, is coming from the body of Krishna. It's a light which is coming from body of Krishna. And in this light, there's many, many millions and millions of universes are there. Many, many planets are there. So just as we see up in our sky, there are so many planets. In the Brahmajyoti also there are planets. Those are called the Vaikuntha planets, the spiritual planets. The Brahmajyoti is the beginning of the spiritual world. And beyond the Brahmajyoti are the Vaikuntha planets. In other words, the Brahmajyoti stays outside the Vaikuntha planets, just as the sunshine stays outside the sun. To enter the sun planet, one must go through the sunshine. Similarly, when the Lord or his devotees enter the Vaikuntha planets, they go through the Brahmajyoti. The Gyanis or monist philosophers, because of their impersonal conception of the Lord, cannot enter the Vaikuntha planets, but they also cannot stay eternally in the Brahmajyoti. Thus, after some time, they fall again to this material world. So, if somebody has only knowledge of the Brahmajyoti but no knowledge of the Vaikuntha planets, then although they reach the Brahman, the Brahmajyoti, they cannot stay there for a very long time. They will come back to this material world because the destination is one of the Vaikuntha planets. We have to enter one of the Vaikuntha planets. Thus, aruya krichrena parampadam tata patanti ado andatra yushmad angraya. Bhagavatam 10:32. The Vaikuntha planets are covered by the Brahmajyoti, and therefore one cannot properly understand what those Vaikuntha planets are unless one is a pure devotee. So a devotee can understand. But if one thinks that the Brahmajyoti is the ultimate goal, then one will not be able to understand that there are planets beyond the Brahmajyoti. The Brahmajyoti, like how the sunshine is so bright, it covers our vision that we cannot see the sun. Similarly, the Brahmajyoti covers our vision of the spiritual world, of Krishna. Okay, is that okay? All right, then going on. Nedam Yashora Gupate Surayan Chayata
न इदं यश रघुपते सूर्याजयान्
Lila Tanor Adhikasamya Vimukta
लीलातनो अधिकसाम्यं विमुक्तधाम्नः
Rakshovadhojaladibandanam astrapuge
रक्षो वधो जलधिबन् बन्धनम् अस्त्रपुङ्गे
kim tasya shatru hanane kapaya sahaya.
किं तस्य शत्रुहनने कपय सहायः
Lord Ramachandra's reputation for having killed Ravan with showers of arrows at the request of the demigods and for having built a bridge over the ocean does not constitute the factual glory of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, whose spiritual body is always engaged in various pastimes. Lord Ramachandra has no equal or superior, and therefore he had no need to take help from the monkeys to gain victory over Ravan. As stated in the Vedas, Shveteshvatara Upanishad 6.8, Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate, natas shamas chabhyadikas cha drishyate, parasya shaktir vivide vashruyate, swabhaviki jnana bala kriya cha. The Supreme Lord has nothing to do, and no one is found to be equal to or greater than him, for everything is done naturally and systematically by his multifarious energies. So the Shvateshvatara Upanishad, that there is no one equal to or greater than Krishna. No one is equal to or greater than him. Material world, we can see we may be great, but we will find that there are other people who are much greater than us. We may also find there are people who are less greater. You know? But if we do research work, who's greater, 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 we'll come to Krishna and nobody's greater than him. And everything is being done systematically, naturally, systematically by his energies. You can see the systems are set in this universe. The sun is setting, the sun rises on time, sets on time, the seasons are there. Everything is a system. The Lord has nothing to do. Na tasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. Whatever he does is his pastime. The Lord has no duty to perform to oblige anyone. So this material creation is the Lord's pastime. This is the pastime with the material energy. So nonetheless, he appears to act to protect his devotees or kill his enemies. Of course, no one can be the Lord's enemy, since who could be more powerful than the Lord? There is actually no question of anyone's being his enemy. But when the Lord wants to take pleasure in pastimes, he comes down to this material world and acts like a human being, thus showing his wonderful, glorious activities to please the devotees. His devotees also want to see the Lord victorious in varied activities, and therefore, to please himself and them, the Lord sometimes agrees to act as a human being and perform wonderful, uncommon pastimes for the satisfaction of the devotees. So Sukadev Goswami is saying that Lord Ram, he killed Ravan, or he built the bridge. He, you know, this, or he took monkey help from the monkeys to fight with Ravan. He's saying this is not the full glory of the Lord. It's not the full glory of the Lord. The Lord actually comes to have pastimes with his devotees. He has nothing to do. Sorry. By his energy, he can kill his demons. But he his devotees want to have this loving pastimes with him. They want to hear about his glorious pastimes. So to please the devotees and to please himself, the Lord comes and he performs such pastimes. He says that I come to annihilate the demons and I come to protect the devotees. The real reason is to protect the devotees, to see the devotees. The devotees miss the Lord. They want to be with the Lord. They want to talk to Lord. So that's why he comes, to be with them. There's a loving relationship between the Lord and his devotees. Okay. Yasyamalam pada sadha suyasho dunapi
यस्य अमलं निप्रसदः सूयश यशः अधुनापि अपि
gayanti agaganam rashayodik ebhendrapatam.
गायन्ति अघधन्म ऋषयः दिग् इभ इन्द्रपटम्
Tamna kapala vasupala kirita jushta.
तमनाकपालवसुपालकिरीटजुष्टः
Padambujum raghupatim sharanam prapadye.
पाद अम्बुजं रघुपतिं शरणं प्रपद्ये.
Our Ramachandra's spotless name and fame, which vanquish all sinful reactions, are celebrated in all directions. like the ornamental cloth of the victorious elephant that conquers all directions. Great saintly persons like Markandeya Rishi still glorify his characteristics in the assemblies of great emperors like Maharaj Yudhishthir. Similarly, all the saintly kings and all the demigods, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, worship the Lord by bowing down with their helmets. Let me offer my obeisances unto his lotus feet. So Sukadev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj that Lord Ramachandra, spotless name and fame, by hearing Lord Ramachandra's pastimes, all our sinful reactions go away. It, it takes our sinful reactions by hearing Lord Ramachandra's pastimes, by his name, his fame, his glories. They are celebrated everywhere. He's saying celebrated like the ornamental cloth of the victorious elephant that conquers all directions. No, cloth, when you weave the cloth, it's everywhere. The threads are everywhere. So the fame of Lord Ramachandra is everywhere. Like the elephant, a victorious elephant, there's victory, conquering everywhere, all the directions, all over the universe. Everyone is glorifying Lord Ramachandra, hearing and chanting the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. Great saintly persons like Markandeya Rishi still glorify his characteristics in the assemblies of great emperors like Maharaj Yudhishthir. So Maharaj Yudhishthir is Parikshit's grandfather, right? So he's saying Markandeya Rishi also uh, glorifies Lord Ramachandra in, in the court of Maharaj Yudhishthir. And all the saintly kings and all demigods, even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, worship Lord Ram. They, they bow down to his lotus feet. So let me offer my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra. So beautifully, Sukadev Goswami is narrating these pastimes of Lord Ram. Very poetic, so very poetic. So, any comments? आंटी कुछ comments है?
नहीं, बहुत क्लियर और अच्छा आपने बताया।
Okay, तो इधर stop करेंगे.
हाँ,
श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for listening.